Hey, welcome to Night Combos. It's Lovey here. So, Gypsy wanting to and purposely getting pregnant so soon, literally right after being released from prison, was not the best judgment call. I think we can all agree on that. Yes, I know Gypsy says it wasn't on purpose, but it actually was. That's been proven. I just want us to look at a couple of video clips that hubby and I came across and got to thinking about and talk about them. But before we even start, I just want to make it clear I'm not trying to say anything is wrong with baby Aurora. I don't know. I've never seen her before, definitely never had her as a patient. And even if I did, I couldn't say anything. But I seriously have never had her as a patient. Anyway, I'm also not trying to be extremely judgmental either, because I absolutely know that a lot of babies reach milestones at different times. That being said, for example, if a child can't sit up on their own by the time they're a year old, come on now, that would be time to say, okay, we need to make an appointment with the pediatrician. I'm not saying that about Aurora, that was an example, but it kind of tells you what I'm wanting to talk about in this video. Real quick, thank you so very much to all of our channel members, and thank you so much to all of our subscribers. We truly appreciate every single one of you so much. We honestly do. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. So we honestly love and appreciate every single one of you so much. And if you're not already, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, share, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. And please leave your thoughts and opinions about everything that we talk about in this video in the comment section down below. And we'll be conversating with y'all like always. Okay, it kind of seems like in every video Gypsy posts with the baby, she has Miss Rachel playing on the phone or tablet. As I was saying a minute ago, Gypsy shouldn't have gotten pregnant when she did. I mean, she hasn't even reached the milestones she needs to yet. But she had a baby Aurora anyway, so here we are. Miss Rachel, the toddler show, may be good, but she's not that good, Gypsy. She can't raise your daughter for you. You still have to put in the work, Gypsy. You're the one that wanted this baby, so you have to put in the work. You don't get to just sit around with a bottle in the baby's mouth anymore, Gypsy. While we're on that, why have we not ever seen any type of video of Aurora eating solids? I'm just curious, because she should be on solids by now. She's 9 months old. What are your thoughts on that? Okay, let's take a look at this clip right here over on TikTok that Gypsy posted that she's calling Mom Mornings. And she's videoing herself walking down the hall. I have to have it on mute because she just simply has music playing in the background. And she pours some coffee. I don't know. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, I just feel like, most moms, it doesn't start with a cup of coffee on the swing outside, just chilling after you've done got yourself put together, and then you go and take care of the baby. I mean, usually most all moms would take care of the baby first, because usually the baby is awake by the time you wake up. Am I the only one on that? Or has anyone else had that experience too? Or normally, the baby is awake before you wake up. You don't get to wake up like this late in the morning, which she posted this kind of later in the morning, like around 9 or so, 9:30, I believe it was, in the morning. And normally a baby would be awake by then. Maybe not. Maybe baby Aurora was still asleep. We don't know. But here she is, she was enjoying her little cup of coffee outside, and then she gives a bottle to baby Aurora and then looks at the camera crazy because baby Aurora is kicking her feet. That's what babies do, especially growing babies, Gypsy. They're gonna kick their little feet around and their little legs. Like, hello? But pay attention here to this part where baby Aurora and Gypsy are in the playpen. She's supposed to take these little bows and put them back in this box right here. Like, it's not the box with the different shapes or anything like that. It's just simply a box that you pick up the bows and you put them back up here in the top of the box. So all baby Aurora would do is stick her hand down in the top of the box, putting the bows back in it. But you see, she was just kind of sitting there shaking it around, just, like a baby would do, playing with something. But you see, she's just shaking it around. Gypsy's pulling the bows out of the box, and then Gypsy's sitting here having a good old time playing with the bows, rather than like showing Aurora, hey, look, take the bows, put it back in the box, put one back in the box, see? Like talking to her like a normal person. Talk to her like a normal person. She's a human being, Gypsy. She's not a doll. Well, she may be. I mean, that's not the conversation we're having right now, okay? Talking about baby Aurora being real here, okay? Seriously speaking, talk to her like a human being that she is, and let her know, hey, these are bows, take the bows and look, watch mommy, and you put the bows back in the box, and then you can try to take her little hand when she grabs a bow and guide her little hand toward the box to show her this is what you're supposed to do. It teaches her so many different skills that she needs to be learning. And then over here in the comments, people were talking about that was a lot of sugar that she put in her coffee. And then one person said, wait, I thought you were allergic to sugar. And Gypsy replies, no, that was a lie my mother told. Why does it always have to be on your mom, Gypsy? Why don't you ask your dad why he wasn't there to figure things out, to be there to say, no, she's not allergic to sugar. No, she can eat real food. She can eat solid foods, things like that. Why don't you ask your dad that, Gypsy? Instead, she wants to blame her mom for everything. It's just so irritating. Then someone posted the email that had the thing on it about Gypsy introduces herself as Demona to Nick. She talked about being in love with him and how she wanted them to live together away from other people. She talked about having children with Nicholas. She said they would have to teach and educate their children what not to say in public to keep him being a vampire a secret. If they had a girl, then their daughter had to lose her V card to Nicholas because he would be the master of the household. She said when she turned 13, she would explain this to their daughter and why she had to give her V card to Nicholas. She talked about how she was Nicholas's slave and he would have her anytime he wanted. And that she would explain that to her daughter one day. Now, keep in mind, Gypsy was saying this to Nick as a almost 24-year-old woman. She was a month away from being a 24-year-old woman, okay, saying this to Nick. I know we've gone over that email before, but it's just very important to bring up again because she does have a daughter. And who's to say her mind has all of a sudden changed and healed from all of that? We haven't seen any healing or remorse or any of that from Gypsy. So it is a very scary thought with her having a daughter. And then someone says, oh my gosh, Aurora is getting so big. Are you thinking of any first birthday plans yet? And Gypsy she has to answer and says, yes, we're going to do a Miss Rachel themed party. Probably because your own child recognizes Miss Rachel from the daggum TV and phone and tablet more than she does your face, Gypsy. Here's Gypsy in the comments on another one of her videos saying she is 9 months because someone commented and said, looks 9 months to me. And they were replying to someone saying, I thought she was like 8 months, 9 months old. Why does she look 4 months old? And that was to the video of baby Aurora playing in the Playpen, which we're going to look at that video in just a minute. But I wanted y'all to see the comments real quick first. But you can see baby Aurora up here. So someone said, I thought she was 8 or 9 months old. Why does she look to be 4 months old? So Gypsy replies and says she is 9 months, weighing 20 pounds and 28 inches long. Hey, Gypadoodle, it's not all about their weight and height. You do realize that by the age of 5, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, 90% of a child's brain development occurs. Gypsy, these early years, like right now, are for building the brain's foundation so they can learn now and in the future, so that they can have social skills and emotional growth. There is so many important things going on and happening in their little brains and bodies during this time, and the sooner you realize this, Gypsy, the better for Aurora. Okay, hopping back over here to TikTok, let's take a look at this video that I was telling y'all about. I have to play it on mute because she has music playing, and you guessed it, Miss Rachel playing on the phone while her and Knurker are saying, yeah, go, and Gypsy saying, yay, when she gets to the phone, when baby Aurora gets to the phone. Y'all will see. Look at this. See how baby Aurora kind of wobbles for a minute on her hands and knees? Y'all can see that box I was talking about with the bows right there. There's one sticking out of it right now. Like Gypsy leaves it there for Aurora to pull out maybe or something. Because maybe Aurora hasn't figured out how to stick her hand down in there and pull the bows out herself yet. I don't know, but that would be my guess. You see Aurora, kind of army crawling across the floor, and she gets to the phone, and the phone actually flips over face down. And by the way, while I'm pointing this out, do y'all see the tags out here? Do y'all see the tags on the pillow that's in the playpen with baby Aurora? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm looking into this too much, but personally, that's a no for me. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I just wouldn't do that. Personally, I've always taken the tags off because that's absolutely a choking hazard. Babies, especially when they get this age, when they're pulling on things, using their little muscles, pulling as hard as they can on things and chewing on things, putting it in their mouths, the tag will start to wear quickly. And then the next thing you know, it's off the pillow, and, it could end up, going in her mouth, and she could possibly choke on it. That's absolutely a choking hazard. I just noticed that, but, y'all let me know what y'all think. But as I was saying, though, baby Aurora acted like she wanted to crawl using her hands and knees, wobbling, then just went down to her stomach. We can see that baby Aurora is army crawling at that point, but usually by 9 months, babies are coordinating both arms and their legs at this stage to do this. What do y'all think? Do y'all see how she's kind of army crawling, but she's not really using her legs? She seems to be using that one leg, but like, that her right leg, the leg over here on this side a little bit. But if you pay close attention, it's more or less her using like her lower stomach muscles to pull herself, not really her leg. It wasn't really her right leg pulling herself up. It's more or less her lower stomach muscles and her hip that she was using to kind of push herself forward. And I'm guessing she's not crawling or anything yet, especially the way Ken was saying, yeah, go. And Gypsy's at the end saying, when baby Aurora finally reaches the phone, Gypsy's, and you see how she's had to stop right there to kind of take a break for a second too, like she was tired. But, Gypsy's at the end when Aurora gets to the phone saying, yay, you did it, like, that's good, yeah, cheer her on. But it seems like they're trying to get her to crawl at this point, trying to make her crawl to the phone. And you see when she got to the phone, she just went flat. She just laid there. Even though the phone was face down and she couldn't even see what was playing on it anymore, which is Miss Rachel. And apparently she loves Miss Rachel because, heck, that's the only person she ever regularly sees. But, that stays the same anyway, especially with the way Gypsy changes her looks all the time. But seriously, I mean, baby Aurora just goes down on her stomach like she's tired by the time she gets to the phone. But did you see how Aurora wasn't really using her legs or feet? She was using her arms more, which it's great that she has that upper body strength. It's just, again, by this stage, babies are usually coordinating both arms and legs. The CDC states that if a baby isn't reaching 1 or 2 milestones, there's nothing to really worry about. But if they're not bearing weight on their legs and standing when you hold them up by 9 or 10 months, it may be something to be concerned about, or at least check with your pediatrician and talk to them about. And maybe Gypsy has, and we just don't know it. Who knows with her? She refuses to take parenting classes or learn about anything she can do to help her child grow in the best way. That's how it seems anyway. Something we do know, though, is what she and Ken both said just a couple of months ago in their parenting video they had up on YouTube. Gypsy has taken everything down now. We showed everything that they had posted on our channel, though, for anyone that may be curious. Just saying. You can see here she's taken all of the videos and short videos that her and Ken had up on this channel down, but she's left the channel up. And it's wild because she still has this 34.4 thousand subscribers count over here on YouTube, which is really odd because if you have that many subscribers, you would be making pretty decent money from YouTube. And she acts like she needs that money. We all know she really doesn't, but she acts like she needs that money. And so, sorry about that, y'all. The cat jumped up here and it just kind of like startled me for a second. Okay, anyway, but it's kind of odd that she has that many subscribers and doesn't have anything posted because she would be making decent money. I think over on Becca Scoops, Becca showed that she had around 40 or 45,000, I think it was, in her, it wasn't her nest egg, but her trust fund. That's what it was. She had like $40,000 or $45,000 still left in her trust fund. So she's not hurting for money or anything. But she does want the money. And she said that on a live just the other week when she was on her BFF Breeze live saying, I come back to TikTok to make money because everyone else is making money off of my back. So I come back to TikTok to make money off my own name. Like, but that was after, one of the minions was saying they all make videos about you to pay their rent because rent's due, so they start making videos about you. Like, it's ridiculous. Anyway, we're going to be talking about that in a separate video. Back to Gypsy and Ken right now, though. In that video I was talking about, their parenting video that they had posted up here on YouTube, they were talking about how they had a routine, and they said all day they were picking Aurora up and moving her from one playmat to the next, and then to the bouncy seat, to the swing, to the bassinet, the playpen, and then starting all over again. So this whole time Aurora was left laying on her back and sometimes her stomach, not able to do much except just lay there. So her not moving or really using her legs and feet muscles in that video to scoot across the floor, or the floor of the playpen, could be linked to muscle weakness, low muscle tone, or it could simply be a lack of practice, especially if a baby spends a lot of time in a playpen or in equipment, just like we heard Gypsy and Ken talk about in their video. Pediatricians will usually ask about this if it continues past 9 or 10 months. So hopefully they're working with her and getting her to bear weight on her little legs and feet and getting her to stand up and, like walking with her, holding her and letting her kind of take steps forward like most parents do. This is a little clip I took of baby Aurora in this bigger playpen for the first time after Gypsy built it. And this was the video Gypsy made talking about building the playpen, and an hour later she finally had it done. So what did she do? She picked baby Aurora up and sat her in it. You can tell she doesn't really play with other people or even children, because look how she just sits by herself facing the wall, staying where Gypsy sat her with a toy looking down. It almost breaks my heart, y'all, seriously. It seems like they don't get in the floor and play with her and help her learn different skills. That's just me and my opinion, though. What do y'all think about it? Do you think baby Aurora is meeting her milestones? Could y'all tell that she wasn't really using her legs and feet much at all to scoot herself a short distance across the floor of that playpen that she was in? Do you think Ken and Gypsy are really helping baby Aurora meet milestones that she should be meeting and learning skills that she should be learning? What are y'all's thoughts and opinions on all of this? And again, I want to make it very clear, because a lot of people talk about baby Aurora and thinking that she has the micro deletion and different things like that. I want to make it clear that we're not saying that. We're not trying to talk bad about baby Aurora. We're not trying to put baby Aurora down in any way. We would never, ever, ever do that. We would never talk bad about a baby or a child or anything like that. That's not what this video was about. It's just to point out some things that we happen to notice in the videos that Gypsy has been posting of baby Aurora. And we're just wanting to know, are y'all noticing the same things? Let us know your thoughts and opinions about all of this in the comment section down below, and we'll be conversating with y'all like always. Again, thank you so very much to our channel members. We greatly appreciate every single one of you, and we are so thankful for every single one of our subscribers. We truly are. Thank you. We love and appreciate all of you so, so much. We truly do. We mean that with all of our hearts. Thank y'all for being a part of our family here. And thank you so much for hyping our videos. That means so much to us. And clicking the like button and commenting, being a part of the conversation. And there was one person on our last video that said sorry to comment again. Please don't ever be sorry to comment again. Like, comment as many times as you want. Honestly, please. I mean, it helps us, but we obviously absolutely want y'all to be a part of the conversation. So if you happen to think of something else and you want to come back and comment again, that's fine. Please feel free to comment as many times as you want to, honestly. And if you're not already, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, sharing, and hitting the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. And we hope y'all enjoyed this one, and have a good night, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Oh, and I forgot. Hubby wanted me to make sure I said this. We'll probably be doing a live one day this week, but we'll make a post about it beforehand to let y'all know on the community page on our channel here. So just be looking out for that, because we'll probably be going live definitely one day this week. Hopefully with a special guest that we've been waiting to bring on for a little while now. So make sure you look out for that and turn your notification bells on. And we hope y'all have a good night and God bless. Bye.